What's going on, guys? It's Nick from DMG Lacrosse, and for some reason today I guess I decided to put all my sticks on the bed and show you guys what's up. I think I should sell some of these. Actually, the i6 that you see over here before I get started, that's on the website for 65 bucks. The Maverick Range is on my website, I believe, for 50, and the CEO will be going on the website momentarily. But my review today is going to be on the s-noz, as you see right here. I have a nice piece of breast cancer mesh, awareness mesh that I did up. Of course, it's not ready yet, but it will be ready a little bit later today once it's done drying. But anyway, I wanted to get into a two-part review on it, what I think of the head of number one, and the stringing, because it's a Thompson replica. A replica of what Lyle Thompson used, I believe, at Albany versus in the Notre Dame game, and when he was using it a little bit in the World Games. I sold this one to a friend, and this one I kept for myself, so it's not for sale. If anybody asks, again, sorry, not for sale. But kind of cool. I keep looking at that goalie head for some reason, it just pops out. Rob Warren strung that. It's been great. I love throwing with it, and props to him. If you guys want to check out his page, he picked up a bunch of pieces of 20D goalie DMG mesh, and he said he loves it, so could be the next thing. So when you guys order from him, you might be able to just get DMG as a default instead of regular hard mesh. So, but anyways, let's get back into the review. I think it's really cool. I put it on the Dragonfly, the Gen 5 C30, and just really cool. It's just basically a non-hollowed out version of a noz, as far as the head goes. It weighs in at 5 ounces exactly unstrung, and there is really no cosmetic differences nor any mold differences than the original. It still has really no sidewall holes in the side. When I say no, I mean like 5, 10 maybe. I think the reason behind not having that many sidewall holes in the noz was because of the fact that they had to put the nitrous going through it, so that if they had too many holes, I think it would adjust the lining of the tubing, or however they molded it. There was actually a rail that went through this portion of the head. Oh, come on, stay still. Right through all the way up to the top, that had the nitrous inside of it, as well as the front, the sides, going all the way up to the scoop and the throat. But yeah, it's just a more solid version. There's really nothing new about it. I guess the reasoning behind these is Warrior did a couple of these. Well, actually, they made a run of these. This one's one of the first gens because it doesn't have the logo on the top that says s-noz that Tama Lacrosse sells. But if you do want one, you'll have to go to Tama Lacrosse because they're the only guys that sell them right now. But I do believe they are sold out. So if you do want to get one, try sideline swap with the forums or begging somebody that you know that might have one. So getting back into the stick, besides the fact the only way you're going to really know it's an s-noz if it doesn't have the logo at the top is if it has a kind of like a glued in bottom, and you'll notice that off the bat because the old one had like a little hole going down the bottom, and this one's kind of covered up. Other than that, you'll notice that you just can't bend it as much to the throat. It's more solid, just like any other stick. And as far as the weight goes on a shaft compared to some of the other ones, like the Lakota on the side tie, I weighed that. That one came in around like 12 and some odd ounces. The A1 on the Optic, same thing. And it was the same thing with this. So you're really not going to get much of a weight difference on the head. But getting into the stringing, this is actually the Thompson replica. Lyle Thompson used this through his end of his career. End of his junior year career at Albany. I know you guys remember his infamous stick that had all the logoing of the Six Nations wampum banner all around the head. The bottom was gray, the top was yellow. He used that in one game, and then another game he used another just solid one with yellow mesh with 3 straights. So yeah, I believe he was using the noz-s, not the noz, like I call it, just like nitrous oxide noz. But some people call it the s-noz, the s-noz, or the noz-s. I just call it the solid noz. So let's just keep it nice and simple. So the way he strings it, first you'll notice the top string is very different. Not a lot of people use all 6 of these holes, especially not a lot of people use these middle holes in between the 2 regular ones. Only because the fact that it's very, very small, and you can't do a triangle top string through it, nor can you pull 2 pieces of string through there, because it is only like about enough so you could stick a little pencil head through it, enough to fit one sidewall string through it, as you can see. But what really makes it different is that it doesn't attach. As you can see, I'll come over here to the CEO, and you guys can see at the back of the mesh, it's just the regular way. You pull it under around, and it just brings the mesh up. With this one actually it starts off at the top hole, and it pulls underneath the flap, and then it goes to the top. So it's almost like doing a drop top string and keeping it tight. So basically, it's just the force that's keeping it up there. As you can see, it just doesn't attach to the top. It goes through underneath. So if you were going to do it, you would have to flap back the 9-diamond row, go underneath the complete hole with the string, do your string, and then come back all the way down in, do this one, come back all the way down in it, pull this, and just lie the string going straight across. But it's very tight and it's solid. It's not going absolutely anywhere. He did his shooter setups, just 3 straights, right at the top, as high as you can go on the 10-diamond rows. But it's really not something that I would string for myself. Besides that, the bottom string, he uses the intermediate 3 strings on 3 diamond holes on the 10-diamond row opposite of where you end. So if you ended on a 10-diamond row, you'd skip the 9-diamond and then make the 10-diamond row. It's completely tight all the way, almost touching the plastic, and it cuts off, so it gives you that just basic NCAA look. And it kind of, from a distance, it gives you like a little bunch to look up. So, but something like this, on soft mesh, I can see it not having any hold. On DMG mesh or any kind of wax mesh whatsoever, I could see it having, tons of hold and a little bit more stretch. Because this one is only about a ball's depth deep. A ball's depth deep. So yeah. But the way it's strung, it's like I said, it's not something. A friend of mine strung this one, and I decided to keep this one and send the person that bought the other one this one so he could string it up himself. But yeah, I thought this one was kind of cool. It's strung with all the top 2 holes. Normally the second hole I would have pushed down to here to get more of a channel. I guess he likes more of a baggier pocket, more like a box pocket. So it's done with all SIs. So basically, the top hole is a top string. You skip the second hole entirely. Actually, the second hole, that's where the shooter goes through. You can use that for the shooter hole or if you want, you can just wrap it around the mesh. But yeah, it's basically just an SI. Let's see if I can get some better light. There you go. It's SI, and then another SI, so that's 4 SIs. And then you get to a 2 SI, a 1, wrap it in, wrap it out, and then you're done. So that's the noz-s. Even though it does say X on it, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, the only way you're going to know if it's a noz-x or a noz-s is the weight. And if it has the bottom hole, I don't really have the best camera view right here now, but it's actually plugged in, the weight and this portion right here. That's the only way to tell. I think it works great. I've weighed it compared to, I'd done the weights of the Lakota with the drop top string, which I think would have been extremely light on the side tie, as well as the A1 on the optic, and even weighed the blade, and all of them came in pretty much the same, as well as this. So you're not going to notice a weight difference on this. Not going to be dramatic. It's not going to be bottom heavy like normal noz-s were. A lot of people used to put noz-s on, if somebody was to put it, like, let's say like a noz on a Scandium Pro or like a little bit of a heavier shaft or a titanium shaft, obviously you'd have such a bottom heavy shaft, bottom heavy stick. So you'd have to put like either traditional in there to make up for the weight difference. But I don't know, I like it. I'm starting to love it. I took a few shots with it, and it's working out well, even with this soft mesh in here. But that's going to get gutted out, and when I put the new mesh in there that I showed you guys on Instagram, I'm going to do the same top string. It's going to be in pink, and I'll do the sidewalls black, and yeah. So I just wanted to show you guys how you guys can string Thompson Replica on this, because I don't think there's any on YouTube right now. But yeah, so it's working great on the Dragonfly. I get a lot of flex. This one has an 8 flex, like I've told you guys before. A bunch of other videos. So yeah. Oh yeah, I'm keeping the Showtime shaft. That's not for sale. Blade's not for sale. None of these really are for sale, except the, like I said, the only things that are for sale is the Maverick Range. It's completely brand new in green. And the i6 that's strung for $65, great deal. And the noz-s is sold. That's a prototype Hawk. That's not for sale. The CEO will become sale in the next week. Just need to find a nice price for it. I'm going to restring it and do something with it. So yeah, so you guys know how it shoots. You guys know the pocket, and hopefully you got something out of this video. If you guys, like I said, if you guys are looking for these heads, you're gonna be pretty hard pressed to find one in such good condition, or even one at all, because they only made maybe 2,000 of these. And when I say 2,000, that's just going around the whole world, and every face-off guy is just gonna want one. Because you guys know, the old noz-X's, the X version, would have a serious bend here where my thumb is, and a bend here. Doing so many face-offs, it would just warp like crazy. I haven't done any flexing with this, so I can't tell you how great it faces off with, but from what I've heard through good resources, it's probably the best face-off weapon, which is why it was so popular. So yeah, look forward to some more videos relating to different Pro Pocket strings. Thought this one would be cool so you guys could see, and I'll throw it up on Instagram so you guys can see it there as well, because I know some of you followers that follow me on YouTube don't follow me on Instagram. Some of them follow on Instagram, don't follow on YouTube. Most of the stuff that I do now is on Instagram. I'd like to do more videos, but it's so much easier just to get out stuff on Instagram these days. So, but yeah, so kind of felt like putting all the sticks on the one area. So yeah, love the goalie head. I love the drop top string in the Hawk. It's really great. It pushes the pocket down a little bit, but nonetheless, you get a really great shot off of it. Pops right off the plastic like I like. I know a lot of people don't like lip, but I love it. And Lakota shoots with a lot of lip on this, and it has such a high hold pocket that you put the ball in there and hold it 90 degrees, it ain't going anywhere. Still messing around with the optics, still trying to find a great pocket for it, but yeah, good stick. Very light on the A1. I love the A1 shaft. Nice. Especially this one. A lot of people have asked me for it, but I don't want to get rid of it. It's such a nice shaft. So, but yeah. So that's it. Don't really have anything else much to say. I'd like to go and eat now. So, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or just anything in general, feel free to send me an email or comment below. dmg1at@gmail.com. And if you don't follow me already on Instagram, please do. It is at dmg1at, and you can find a whole bunch of pictures. And if you have DMG mesh and you strung up a cool pocket, just make sure you throw in a hashtag DMG mesh, dmg1at, or if you want it to show up on my page as a photo of me and you can just have to do the at symbol first and then dmg1at, just like you do with at East Coast Eyes or at Throne of String or anything like that. Just same genre. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions on any of the heads, feel free to ask. But mainly it was just the Thompson Replica pocket, showing you the differences in the weight on the s-noz, and hopefully you liked it. So talk to you guys soon, and hopefully you enjoy your day. Enjoy it, and peace.